But enough of that. Let's go ahead and get right into this. Take a look at tonight's game, which is going to be the My Little Pony deck building game from Renegade Game Studios. As you can see, I have the game and a couple of expansions already laid out here. We're not going to do anything with the expansions tonight. They're just there to be eye candy. Renegade on their website has these nice starter packages that you can purchase that basically include one expansion for whatever game it is you're buying free. So you can go on there and I bought the My Little Pony starter pack, and it came with the 2 expansions and 3 sets of meeples, one for each of the core game and the 2 expansions that came with it, for less than the price of the core game and 1 expansion at regular price. So they've got some good deals and some good packages there. They do the same thing for a lot of their other games like G.I. Joe and Transformers Deck Builders, and some of their other types of games like the Mission Critical we played a little while ago, the G.I. Joe game. So lots of fun stuff over there, and some good deals to pick it up. Like I said, we're going to just stick with the core game tonight, which stars our main 6 ponies. So let me see if I can remember their names. My kids were big fans, so I've seen plenty of it. We've got Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, Rarity, Twilight Sparkle, Applejack, and Pinkie Pie. I think that's them. So those are the main 6 that we're going to be playing, choosing from here in the core set. Each of these 2 expansion packs adds 4 more ponies that you can choose from, and some additional stuff to add to the game as well. So we'll take a look at those maybe before we finish up tonight. But for now, we're just going to crack open and take a look at the core game. So it's going to look kind of familiar to those of you who watch the G.I. Joe deck building. They're, obviously made by the same company and follow a somewhat similar design aesthetic. So in this box, you've got your rulebook, obviously. You've got a stack of oversized cards, whereas in other games from this company in the deck building genre, you've got just oversized cards representing your characters. Like here are our main 6. So we have the main 6 cards, and then on top of that we also have multiple location cards, because this game is actually kind of movement based. We're going to be moving from one location to the next, and we have the cards that are going to have to be overcome for the purposes of gameplay, which are in this game called hurdles, and the main end state card, which I don't remember what they actually call it, but one of those. So you want to complete the final challenge. Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll be trying to clear hurdles to get to the final challenge and then beat the final challenge. So each game and expansion comes with standees for each of the characters. So you have your main 6 standees here, since we're going to be moving around a makeshift game board. But like I said, because I got the starter pack, it actually comes with the meeples that represent these characters instead of just the standees. So whereas we'd normally have standees on plastic bases, This time we've actually got three-dimensional meeples, which are basically the standees printed on pieces of wood that stand on their own. So, but hey, they're a little nicer than the cardboard pieces. Have a little more heft to them and a pleasant, hand feel, like actual game pieces rather than just some punch outs. So then, unlike some of the other deck builders, this game also has various tokens. So we have tokens representing different things. There are multiple resources in this game. The resources are called help, knowledge, and something else I don't remember. But those are what you're going to be collecting to purchase cards from the lineup. I don't have an affiliate link to Renegade yet. I probably should look into getting one of that. I play a lot of their games. But, or, putting Amazon affiliate links to those games in the stream description. But, yeah. I try to put them in the YouTube descriptions when I manage to put the YouTube videos up, but I've been pretty bad about that lately. So, just need to get my act together a little bit and get back on track. So, speaking of back on track, this game also includes sugar cubes, which are, again, in 3 varieties, and those are what you're going to be using to take on the hurdles and final challenges. So they're an expendable resource. These are the other resources here, representing, like I said, knowledge, help, and move. That's the other one. Couldn't think of it, but it's move. So the 3 colors of sugar cubes represent those same concepts. So they're kind of the most significant piece together as you're playing throughout the game. And this one is kind of unique amongst deck builders because it has a bit of a juggling act, balancing out whether you're going to buy cards from the lineup or whether you're going to do actions like clearing obstacles and such. So a little bit of strategy to the game. Now the sugar cubes are knowledge, work, and friendship. Blue being knowledge, pink being work, and green being friendship. Lastly, we've got some cloud tokens. The obstacles and final challenge can collect clouds, which over time make each of them more difficult. So that is, in fact, a bad thing. And then we have task tokens, which are going to be used to complete, or to show that we've completed tasks at various locations, which have beneficial effects for the ponies as we go. So other than that, we've got our regular cards. So our deck for this game consists of 3 types of cards mostly, being artifacts, allies, and actions. So those are the cards we'll be buying to build up our main deck as we go. We've got purple action cards with some nice Friendship is Magic artwork on them. We've got blue, teal, aqua, I don't know, ally cards. And we've got yellow artifact cards. And we'll be collecting those as we go. And then we've got, as I said, our our hurdle cards. And again, I forgot that fan, so these are our hurdle cards. Each hurdle card down in the bottom right corner has a chaos effect that as you challenge a hurdle card, an additional hurdle card is flipped and adds an additional challenge to whatever hurdle you're trying to complete. And then here are our final challenge cards. There are 4 different final challenges here in the base game. So we will randomly draw a final challenge for the base game. We also have our location cards. And location cards are all going to be built around the town square here. So we'll have a town consisting of the square and 3 additional cards. And we have the main 6, each getting a representative card to go in your starter hand. So like all the other deck builders I think we've played so far, your starting hand is going to be a 10-card hand built, or a 10-card deck built the same way for every player. And then lastly, there are things called situations that get added into your draw deck or your library deck that when they come up have negative impacts to gameplay until they're removed from the library. The game recommends that you not use any for your first couple playthroughs and kind of build up the challenge as you go. So I will heed the game's advice and not use any of those for this first playthrough. So the first thing we need to do is put together our starter deck. And the starter deck for this particular game consists of 5 helpful town ponies, which are your basic grunt cards, 2 a good clean race cards, which are essentially space wasters. They do absolutely nothing. 1 what you need is organization card, and 1 working together card, plus the card for whatever pony you're choosing as your starting pony. Now, based on my limited knowledge of My Little Pony from my kids watching it, for me the starter's probably going to be one of 2 different ponies. Either going to be Rainbow Dash or Pinkie Pie, because I kind of like that Pinkie Pie is generally psychotic and that Rainbow Dash is an uninhibited Pegasus. So I might random draw one of those 2, but it's definitely going to be one of those 2. I apologize if anyone out there has different pony preferences, but so I'm just going to mix them up and take one at random. We'll see what we end up with. We'll be starting this game with Pinkie Pie. Alright, well, a scatterbrained psychopath as our starting pony. So let me go ahead and grab her character card here also. Each of the characters on their character card has a special ability. In Pinkie Pie's case, it's flip and pay 2 help to allow each player at your location to sing or hum a song to draw 1 card. I'm not going to sing on stream. We're just going to say that I did and draw the card. But the nice thing about their special abilities is when they're used, the card gets flipped, but the flipped side gives you the criteria for flipping it back to the active side and using it multiple times during the game. So you're not limited to just a single use of that special ability. Alright, so I will add Pinkie Pie to my starter deck here. Set that aside for now. Time to move the box. And put away the meeples other than Pinkie Pie that I won't be using tonight. So here's our Pinkie Pie meeple. The hurdles have difficulty levels 1 to 3. So the recommendation for the hurdles are that for initial playthroughs, you shuffle up all of the level 3s and randomly put one face down, and then shuffle the level 2s and randomly put one of those face down, etc., etc. So here's one level 3. I don't know why I shuffle these. I haven't looked at what the actual cards are, so I have no idea what one is over the others anyway. Level 2. And level 1. We'll actually do them this way because they go face up. So they'll get progressively more difficult as we go. And then the remainder of the hurdle cards get shuffled and put in place as a draw deck of hurdles next to that. This is incredibly out of focus tonight. Let's see if bring it down a little. Change the field of depth of field, whatever that thing's called. It's a little better. Hopefully it's not too bad. And then we're going to take one of our final challenges at random here also. And our final challenge for tonight is going to be, just who does she think she is? And it says that as you gain cloud cover on it, for 3 clouds, situations cost 2 additional knowledge to resolve. For 8 clouds, at the end of your turn, discard all cards in the adventure row with knowledge or move costs. And to overcome, each player must contribute 2 blue sugar cubes, then flip 2 hurdles for their added chaos. Reward, your team wins the game. Setback, you lose the game. Because it's a solo game, I have to play as though I'm following all of the actions for a 2-player game. So for something like that, when it says each player must contribute 2 blue sugar cubes, I'll have to contribute 4, but because I have to play it as though it's 2 players, I guess that means, similar to the G.I. Joe deck building game, I get 2 turns each round. At least that's how I'm reading it. Alright, so next we have to set up our town. So the town square goes in the middle. And then we get 3 locations. Hey Jackie, welcome. We get 3 locations around the town square. So that's our Ponyville for the game. And then we'll put the other locations aside because you can actually clear locations by completing all of the tasks on them and replace them with new ones as you go. And last but not least, we will set out our primary draw deck and library. But before that, let's go ahead and shift things down and over a little bit and see if we can clear up that view, because that's just too fuzzy. So this game's not taking up a ton of space, which means I should have the ability to bring it in a little closer. So let's try that just 1 second. It's a little better, but still not great. Well, I apologize for that tonight. I don't know why it's fuzzing out, but I'll make sure to hold up each card for inspection as we go, instead of just assuming that it's good enough where it is. So last but not least, I'm going to shuffle up the library deck a little bit here because it's still separated into its 3 card types. And then we'll get the library set up and be ready to go. Alright, so 6 card library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's what we'll be choosing from to buy as we go tonight. And I will show you how those cards are set up here in just a minute. So that's it. That's all the setup, all the prep work. Your pony starts in the town center. So, town square, I guess it's called, rather. Put this card down here so that we know when I use it, because I'll be flipping it to the inactive side. And put my draw deck over here. Seeing as it's not making it any more clear as we go, I'll revert to a little higher to get more of the table in view. Alright. I just wish it was easier to see. I need to find a better camera solution for the overhead cam. But this was always just an experimental setup. I want to get something significantly better. But it works for now, so. But having got everything set up, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. So I'll start by drawing my initial 5-card hand. Okay, so I drew 3 of the helpful town people, or helpful town pony as it is, and 2 of the good clean race. So just to go over some of the makeup of these cards, these starter cards are less beneficial than many of the others that are going to be following up, but the cards are always going to have down the side, like here, a set of icons, which is your temporary energy or temporary resource that card gains you. So that's what you're going to be using to buy cards from the library. Whereas if they have other benefits of, say, giving you tokens or resources, you will get those more long-term, and those will be something that you hold in order to be able to clear obstacles and the final challenge. And as I said before, cards like this for a good clean race are space wasters in your deck, and essentially completely useless. They have no temporary resources, they have no buying power that they give you. They're merely there to take a broom in your hand and present a little bit of a challenge. So on this first round, that gives me 3 help energy to spend, because that's what this horseshoe icon is help. There's a book icon which indicates knowledge, and there is an arrow icon that indicates move. And then for each card in the library, in the upper right hand corner there is going to be a cost of what you're going to have to spend to acquire that card. So like this card here requires 3 help. So with the 3 cards that I've got in my hand right now, I can actually buy a large selection here on the library. So each of the ones I can buy, there's one that allows me to move to any location that I don't necessarily really care about right now, but then there's 3 different cards available already that each gain 2 of the 3 types of resources. So I need to just pick one of those. I guess I will pick the help resource, because help seems pretty valuable, and by gaining help tokens, you can actually spend those to get temporary energy. So if you've got a help token and you need 2 more temporary energy in order to be able to buy a card you want or clear an obstacle or hurdle, you can cash in your token in order to exchange for that the energy that you're looking for. So then I will take my second turn, because as I said, for solo you have to treat it like there are 2 players in the game. So if there were 2 players, we'd be getting a second turn here anyway. This time I drew my other 2 helpful town ponies, each giving me 1 help energy. I drew a working together, which is one of the other starter deck cards, which gives you 2 help energy. I drew a what you need is organization, which gives me 2 knowledge energy. And I drew the Pinkie Pie card, which the Pinkie Pie starter says it's worth 1 help energy, but also plus 1 help for each character card in play with the flipped side up. So that's this card. I haven't flipped it yet, so I get nothing from it. Instead, I've got 5 help energy and 2 knowledge energy. So what that allows me to do is essentially nothing with the knowledge energy, because I only have 2, and the lowest price one on the library is 3. But with 5 help, I can buy this pet card, which is worth 3 knowledge energy, or help energy if I play it, and allows Rarity to look at cards on top of her deck. So that, not much help for me, because Rarity's not in the game. Hey game dude, how's it going? Or we can do another one of the other types of cards that gives me additional energy. So I will go ahead and purchase this one to gain tokens, and this one because it's 2 help in order to use it for moving around the board. And that's the end of the first round. So at the end of the first round, refill the library. And I just have to double check because, like I said, I've been slightly out of it this week with everything else piling up. So when I read through this, I was actually kind of fighting dozing off. Okay, so we also have to add a cloud token to the active hurdle. Again, when it accumulates enough cloud tokens, it increases the level of difficulty that hurdle presents. So this one says, reveal the top 10 cards of the adventure deck, shuffle any situations you find back into the deck, and discard the rest. That's not really anything that means much to me because we're not playing with situations this time around. And that cloud doesn't cause that hurdle to reach its limit because each card has a cloud limit on it. If you reach the limit on a hurdle, those clouds spill over onto the final challenge. And if you reach the cloud limit on the final challenge, that's game over. So if you overcome a hurdle, do not add a cloud. Discard all cards you played in your hand. Draw a new hand of 5 cards. Yeah, so that's essentially the only thing that we need to worry about in the end phase is placing the cloud tokens. Again, because we don't have any situations that we have to deal with. So let's go ahead and draw up 5 cards here for our new hand and move into round 2. So this time I drew a card that allows me to move anywhere, 2 help energy, and 2 knowledge energy. So I can move around and work on the tasks on the different locations, but I don't really have any resources yet to do so. So that doesn't help me too much. I can go ahead and spend some of the energy I have, but I only have 2 help, and the lowest cost on the board is 3. I have 2 knowledge, and the lowest cost on the library is also 3, and I have 1 move and nothing to buy on the board for a single move. So what I will do is use my card that I bought last turn to move to any space, and that'll allow Pinkie Pie to move here. And this one has a task that says pay 2 knowledge, or I'm sorry, 2 help to gain 1 blue sugar cube. So I will go ahead and use my 2 helpful town ponies to pay that cost and gain 1 blue sugar cube to start building up some resources that I can use here. And then I will move on to my second turn, So in this turn, I got again, well, no, not again. I got 4 help energy. Oh, and I lied about this card being absolutely worthless. This good clean fight, or race, it was really hard to notice, but there is actually 1 move energy here. So that one does have at least 1 energy that I can gain from it. So, but I also got to play Mr. and Mrs. Cake this turn, which means I get to gain a +2 help energy token. So I can grab that and add it to my resources. And then with 4 help energy, I will go ahead and buy this card because I bought the other 2 types of token cards. So that one will allow me to gain some more tokens. And that's all I can really do on the second turn. Deck builders. Oh, sorry 10, you just missed kind of initial setup. We're only on round 2. So you didn't miss out on a whole lot. But, well, I know Lane said that she'd try to make it home in time, so I don't know if she's even back yet, but hopefully. Yeah. Like I said, we're only on round 2. Deck builders, they always start slow because you're always beginning them with very weak and kind of minimal cards, so they pick up pace as you go. And that means that even coming in late, you're not missing any of the good stuff yet. So I'll refill the library, do the end round criteria of placing another cloud on the active hurdle, and that brings us into round 3. I really hate this. Why is this not focusing? Focus better. It looks so terrible for you guys tonight. Hey Tels, welcome. Glad to have you joining us. Alright, so moving into round 3. Go ahead and draw my hand. I've used up my draw deck, so got to reshuffle my discards. Alright, so this time around we have the ability to, oops, I forgot to place a task token on that task when I completed it. There are repeatable tasks on some of the location cards, but the rest are not repeatable, so you have to mark them as having been done. And yeah, they don't want you to just milk the same one over and over again. I also hate forgetting a password. I need to just start using auto-generated passwords in the password safe. Also, for those of you that are regulars, I'm not going to be doing the Saturday stream anymore. From this week on, I'm officially moving to Sunday, because with the new job, I actually have a office hours on Saturday nights for my students. So I'll be working on Saturday nights and therefore streaming on Sundays. So from this point forward, I'll be adjusting the schedule. All right, so what we've got this time around, we have a gain a +2 move token. So I will add a +2 move token to my inventory. I have 2 friendship energy, or help energy, 2 knowledge energy, and the card that allows me to move anywhere on the board. There's nothing in town that has any tasks I can really afford to do right now. So, well, there is one task I can afford to do, but it involves a discard pile, and I don't have any discards right now, so that would be wasted effort on my part. So we'll just see what's in the lineup that we can afford with 2 help and 2 knowledge, which is a whole lot of nothing. So that's kind of a wasted turn. There's absolutely not a thing I can do to make any difference. So yeah, that did nothing for me except gaining me a token. I mean, gaining a token, that's still not a bad thing, but so now I'll move into the second turn of this round. I get a gain +2 knowledge token card, so I'll add that to my inventory, and then I have 4 help energy and 1 move energy. So at least with the 4 help energy, this time I can pick up a pretty decent card with Trixie here, who gives a large selection of energy to me to be able to spend when she comes into play, and lets me gain sugar cubes. So counting it for what? I try to remember to put them away when I'm done with them. For energy, yeah, I don't think the one that I was putting there gave me anything that last turn, Slinky, so oh well. But this turn, with both a token and being able to purchase that card, that one went pretty well. So refill the lineup, add a cloud. The cloud maximum for this is actually 3. So now it's got 3 clouds on it, and we're maxed out for the current obstacle, which means clouds from this point on are going to be going on the final challenge. So that's potentially bad for us. If I can clear that obstacle off, then all the clouds go with it and it resets for the next one. You'd rather hear me than a squeaky toy? I'm touched. Alright, so first turn of this new round. Draw up my 5-card hand. We've got 1 move, 2 help, and 2 knowledge energy, and I also gain another +2 help token. So I guess I could actually be using those tokens to gain more energy to buy cards from the lineup with. Not really doing much else with them right now, or use them to clear off tasks on the town. But let's see what we've got and what we can buy this turn. So we've got that rarity card. I'm gonna actually remove that one from the lineup because we're not playing as rarity. It's kind of a useless card in there. Let's see, what do we have? We've got 2 help, 1 move, and 2 knowledge. So let's go ahead and buy, cash in this +2 knowledge token to gain 2 knowledge energy, and use one of the knowledge energies I already have from my hand to pick up this card that allows me to gain a sugar cube of a color that I have none of, which here at the beginning of the game is going to be pretty beneficial because I only have 1 color of sugar cube right now. And then, as long as we're here, I will use a +2 help energy and use the 2 help energies that are in my hand to also gain a card that allows me to replace a card in my hand with something different in the event I don't have anything good to play. And that's about it for what I can buy this turn. Well, I guess I can actually buy one more thing. So we'll use this +2 move and the 1 move energy that I had in my hand to buy this card also, which counts as a sugar cube. So that card is an extra sugar cube for any kind of attempt I make against an obstacle, a hurdle or the final challenge. So there you go. Pick those 3 up. Refill the library and take the second turn this round. Draw my 5-card hand up. Alright, on this draw we have Trixie, who target player gains 1 sugar cube. That target player will be me. And this initial obstacle that I have to clear takes green sugar cubes, so I'm going to draw one of those. I have to have 2 of them to be able to clear it. But, like I said, when you go to clear a hurdle, you also flip an additional hurdle card and add that chaos effect. So even if I have enough to clear a hurdle right now, depending on the chaos effect that comes up, it could make it so that I don't have enough in the end to be able to clear it out, which could derail an entire attempt, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So for energy, we also have 3 help, 3 move, 2 knowledge, and unfortunately Trixie does come with a downside because for the benefits that she gives, which are pretty great, she also adds 1 cloud to the board. So because the active hurdle's at its maximum cloud limit, that cloud's going to get added on to the final challenge. But now we have energy to spend. 3 move, 3 help, and 2 knowledge. So what we have to be able to buy is a lot more of the token stuff. But I like the idea of this card. This card lets me draw anything of cost 3 or less from the lineup. Now, that's a good point, 10. I wouldn't expect Trixie to not come with some kind of downside, I guess. But this card, when it comes up in play, will allow me to take a free card of power 3 or less from the lineup without having to spend resources. So now I've got 1 help, 2 knowledge, and 3 move left. I can go ahead and not do a whole lot with that. I'll go ahead and use my token for +2 help and get another one of these that is another token builder card. So always nice to add those tokens. They're pretty useful. And then with the 3 move that I have available, I'll buy Spike here, who will give me 2 knowledge power when he comes up on a draw. And I think that was the second turn this round. So now, end of round, we add another cloud, which again goes on to the final challenge. Refill the lineup. And go into round 4, I think. Sure, round 4, something like that. Looks like it might be on the verge of a little storm outside, in case y'all hear any thunder or anything. It's a bit overcast. I know they were calling for a chance of rain this afternoon. Thanks, 10. Yeah, round 4. Alright, so this turn we get to start by adding a +2 knowledge token and a +2 move token. So I'll go ahead and add those to my inventory. And then we gain 3 help energy. And I have the ability to move to any location. So if there's a location I wanted to move to, which there really isn't because I don't have enough energy to complete any tasks really. That's not true. I do have a couple of tokens now, so why don't we go ahead and use this card to move up to the Carousel Boutique and then pay a token that will allow me to draw an additional card this hand. So we'll shuffle up the discard deck. And draw a new card. This one says gain any one card from the adventure row with a cost of 3 or less, so that's good. I bought that last turn just for this very situation, so I'll buy this card, which acts as a sugar cube. I like that they're reusable sugar cubes. It's a good resource to have. And that leaves me with 3 help energy to be able to buy a card with, so I will buy this one, which is another token card, and be done with turn 1 of round 4. Draw 5 more cards up, and do turn 2 of round 4. So for this one, yep, there's the thunder. So for this one, I gain a +2 knowledge token, add that to my inventory. So what we're going to do this time is, because I drew this card, which acts as a green sugar cube, and I have 1 green sugar cube already in my inventory. Check my PM right now. On where? On here? I don't know how to check PMs on Twitch. I assumed. Yeah, I don't. Oh, okay. Fish. Why am I a fish? Oh yeah, that looks nice. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's a nice screenshot, for those of you wondering, of the traffic pattern heading my way right now. So, not traffic pattern, I guess, weather pattern heading my way right now. So, I think we'll be good to make it through this game. But as I was saying, I've got this one acting as a green sugar cube and 1 green sugar cube in my inventory already, so I'm going to go ahead and try to clear this active hurdle. To do so, I have to draw another hurdle card, and down in that bottom corner, crap. Yeah, down at the bottom corner is the chaos effect, which in this case is adding another sugar cube. It doesn't say of what color, so fortunately I have this blue sugar cube available also. So I'll spend both of the sugar cubes that I have and clear off the active hurdle. And on success, the reward is to remove 1 cloud from the final challenge. And that means that the level 2 active hurdle goes into effect. This one says it's got, again, well, this one's only got a 2 cloud limit because it's 2 divided by the number of, well, I guess 3. A 3 cloud limit, 2 divided by the number of ponies plus 1. In order to overcome, I need to pay 2 blue sugar cubes per player, so a total of 4 sugar cubes, plus the chaos effect. But if I win, then I gain a blue and green sugar cube. If I lose, then I discard a card. So losing would mean, like I almost did last turn, having a chaos effect that means I no longer meet the criteria of overcoming that hurdle. So, lastly, I have 1 move energy and 2 help energy that I can spend if there's anything to spend it on. Well, not really. So instead, I will... I moved off that space. Never mind. That would have been a good task for me to complete on the location that I was on. There's one that says I can spend 4 knowledge to gain 1 sugar cube of each type that I don't have one of. Which means I would have gained 3. But I moved off of that space and I'm no longer there to gain that. So instead, with that 3 help energy, I will do nothing. Alright, so end of round 4. Refill the library. Add, oh wait, we cleared a hurdle this turn, so the turn you clear a hurdle, you don't add a cloud. So that's cool. Oh, hey Lane, welcome. Don't worry, we're still playing. So no cloud added this time, and we'll jump instead right into turn 1 of round 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time in my hand I got gain 1 plus 2 help token, so add that to my inventory. We got gain 1 sugar cube of a color that you have none of. Well, the sugar cube that I need for the hurdle that's currently in play is blue, so we'll take one of those. And target player gains 1 sugar cube from Trixie again, so again I'll take another blue one, but Trixie adds that cloud, so... Alright, and that gives us energy of 5 knowledge energy, 2 move energy, and 1 help energy. So... Oh, I forgot to put the task marker on that task. You can use move energy in this game, by the way, to move between the cards, the location cards. Each one has a cost in the upper right corner, and that cost indicates how much move energy it takes to move there. And then the task tokens that I'm referring to are these little checkmark tokens that go over the 3 tasks that the card has to mark when you've completed them. So, I don't really have anything I can use to complete a task at my current location, but I could move back to the Cloud Condo, which costs 3 movement. Actually, I don't have 3 movement. I've got 2 move energy. Alright, well, in that case, let's see what we can buy from the lineup with 5 knowledge energy, 2 move energy, and 1 help energy. And the answer is not a whole lot, honestly. What I can do is I can do the second task in my current location, which, nope, can't do that, even with the token. Alright, well, I'm kind of in a terrible position for doing anything this turn. So I will just gain this card from the library that gives 2 help energy and +1 move energy for each ally that I control. And that's about all I can do for that particular turn. So we will refill the lineup and go on to turn 2 of this round. Draw up a hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this time around we get the ability to discard a card to draw a card. So I'll discard the Good Clean Race card that only grants me 1 move energy. So I can shuffle up the discard deck and draw something new instead. And the new card I get to replace that is a Working Together card. So another starter card, but at least it gives us 4 help energy, 3 knowledge energy, and 2 move energy. So with the 4 help energy that we have, oh, Nala's here. I don't know if you saw her jump up, but she's come to visit. With the 4 help energy I have, I will complete the next task at the location I'm already at. Pay 4 energy to gain 1 sugar cube of a color I don't have. So I'll gain a pink sugar cube. Then I have 3 knowledge energy and 2 move energy, which from the lineup doesn't allow me much except for yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and get a spike. Another one of those. Not really a great card, but it's better than nothing. So, that was turn 2 of this round, wasn't it? I lost track. I think that was turn 2. So we'll do end of turn, put a cloud into play on the active hurdle, and refill the lineup so we can proceed into round 7. Draw up a new hand for turn 1. And we've got, I need to get rid of some of these starters. I gain 1 sugar cube of a color I have none of, so that means I get 1 green sugar cube. Nothing there, so I've got 2 move energy, 2 help energy, and 1 knowledge energy. That's kind of pathetic. So there's not a lot in the lineup that I can buy. I guess we can spend 2 move energy to get another spike, because I mean they're better than starter cards. Oh, Nala's making her way across back there. Okay, well, everybody see her. She's up here in the corner. All right, so there was 2 move energy. We've still got 2 help energy and 1 knowledge energy, which, yeah, you're being very loud, Nala. Please stop. Which everything in the lineup costs a minimum of 3 move energy or 3 knowledge or help energy. So I guess I can spend a token of knowledge, help energy to gain this card. So that allows me to return a sugar cube to the supply to be able to get rid of a cloud. But that's all I've got to be able to spend this time around. So, yeah, beautifully loud. I don't know. She likes to lay on the arcade machines back there, and so all I hear is her rolling around clicking the joysticks all day long. But let's go ahead and refill the lineup. Redraw a hand for turn 2. Let's see what we get. Oh, hey, look. Well, that was quite the boom. Well, this time I didn't draw a whole lot of energy, but I drew cards that give me 1 of each +2 token. So at least we get to stock up on tokens a little bit with 2 move, 2 help, and 2 more knowledge. Then we have the mayor. This says gain 1 card from the adventure row with a cost of 1, 2, or 3 for free. So out of the adventure row, I will go ahead and pick this card, which acts as a blue sugar cube. And if it had gone into my hand, I would have been able to try to clear an obstacle this time. But I do not. So I actually have 0 energy to spend here unless I just want to spend tokens. And even if I did, the token I have the most of is knowledge, and nothing in the lineup costs knowledge. So that's about it for that turn also, which means restock the library and add a cloud. So we are officially at max cloud capacity on the active obstacle, and from here out we'll be adding them to the final challenge. So let's move into turn 1 of round whatever this round is. Alright, so we have gain +2 knowledge token, getting a ton of knowledge tokens and nothing requiring knowledge to buy in the lineup. We've got target player, oh look, it's Trixie again, she keeps coming up. So cloud, which goes on the final challenge, but I gain 1 sugar cube, so I will take a blue sugar cube. And then for energy we have not a ton, but I will use this card to allow me to move to any location. And I'll move over to Cloud Condo. No, I don't want to move to Cloud Condo. I'll go ahead and move to Sugar Cube Corner, and there I can pay 3 knowledge energy to gain 1 pink sugar cube and mark that task as complete. So now I have 1 knowledge, 2 move, and 1 help energy. Yeah, it could be 8 or 9, or fortunately, unlike some of the other games we've played recently, this one doesn't have a round limit, so I don't have to really keep track. Well, I was going to say I'm just keeping track for the hell of it, but obviously I wasn't keeping track at all, so that would be a lie. But yeah, 1 knowledge, 2 move, and 1 help. Let's see, we've got well, I can spend a move token with my 2 move energy and buy a Gilda card, which is another one of those double-edged swords because she adds a cloud, but she's also got some good benefits. So removing a card in my discard pile means I can get rid of some of those starter cards that are just generally worthless. And that leaves us with 1 knowledge and 1 help. Might as well use another knowledge token to get this Applejack card. I'm a big fan of cider, so probably not the kind Applejack makes, but cider nonetheless. So I'll go ahead and buy that one, and unfortunately that's about all I can do this turn. So end of round, add another cloud, which again goes on the final challenge, which brings us to 3 clouds on the final challenge, and the 3 cloud effect says situations cost +2 knowledge to resolve, but again, I was afraid, and we're not using situations this turn, or this game, at the game's recommendation, so don't really have to worry about that. We'll refill the lineup and draw a new hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shuffle this back up. Five. So I discard a card to draw a card, gain +2 help token, gain +1 move for each ally I control, which is 1 right now because Mr. and Mrs. Cake is an ally card. And then a couple of starters. So that gives us 2, 3 move energy, 1, 2, 3 knowledge energy, and 1, 2, 3 help energy. So there is a task on the location that I'm at right now that allows me to pay 4 help energy to gain a sugar cube and add a +2 knowledge token. So I'm going to play a help energy token to gain a blue sugar cube and also gain a +2 knowledge token, so that before we continue with this round, I will go ahead and try to clear the active hurdle, which requires 2 blue sugar cubes from each player, meaning 4, because again, solo game says treat it like 2 players. I'll draw another card for the chaos effect, which in this case wants me to add a cost of 2 help. So now I need 4 blue sugar cubes and 2 help energy to be able to clear this obstacle. I have a help energy token, fortunately, so I'll spend that, and I will spend the 4 blue sugar cubes and clear the second obstacle. So hey, 2 down, 1 to go, and then we can work on clearing out that final challenge. So the obstacle that I just cleared has a reward of active player gaining 1 blue and 1 green sugar cube. And the obstacle that replaced it has a... Ooh, that ain't good. Well, it's only got a 2 cloud capacity instead of a 3. To overcome, it requires 3 blue sugar cubes and the chaos effect. The reward is that I gain 1 ally or action from the adventure row, and the setback is each player discards 2 resource tokens. That one is the level 3 obstacle, so a little additional challenge there. But that leaves us with 3 knowledge and 2 move energy. So 3 knowledge and 2 move up in the lineup allows me to buy well, we'll get this copy of the same card that I used this round for the 3 knowledge, and for the 2 move there's not really anything I can get, so we will go ahead and skip the rest of that turn and go into turn 2 of this round instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this time we gain a +2 knowledge token, and we have 2, 4 knowledge energy and 3 help energy. So for the knowledge energy we have, I will spend 4 of it and use 2 tokens for another 4, and we'll get a Pinkie Pie card that acts as a pink sugar cube, and we'll get this one because I don't know what it does, but I like Big Mac, he's cool. So +2 move energy if you used your starting side character ability this turn. So that's all of the knowledge energy that I had to spend this time. And I have three help energy left, so I'll go ahead and use 2 of those to use Pinkie Pie's special ability. It says allows me to sing or hum a song to draw a card, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to draw a card because I'm not about to sing on stream. Okay, the card I drew doesn't do much for me because it acts as a sugar cube. So, waste of effort, but nonetheless. End of that round, refill the library. We cleared an obstacle this turn, so there's no clouds that go into play on an obstacle for this one. And we'll start the first turn of this new round with a lot of starter cards. Gain a +2 help token. There's one that allows it to be used as a blue sugar cube, so 2 move energy and 1 help energy. So not a lot I can do with either of those. And by not a lot, I mean absolutely nothing. No cards that I can buy, no actions I can take, so that was... I only remove a cloud from the boss if it's one of the win criteria, or if I have a card that tells me to do it. Slinky, the win criteria from that last one was just gaining sugar cubes, so unfortunately it keeps its clouds this time around. So I just hope we don't get up to the 8 clouds, because then stuff at the end of your turn, discard all cards in the adventure row with either knowledge or movement costs. So that would burn through the draw deck pretty fast. So let's hope turn 2 this round goes better than turn 1 did. So we gain a +2 knowledge token. We get a card from the adventure row of cost 3 or less. So let's go ahead and take this one again with the cider. We get +1 help energy for each character card flipped, so we do have a flipped character card. So we have 3 help energy and 2 knowledge energy. So I will go ahead and use my 2 knowledge energy and a token to gain another one of the hot air balloon cards that allows me to discard and redraw. And with the 2 help energy, I really can't do anything again, so that's just going to go to waste. And that's it. That was all I could do. I know, I don't know, she likes to make a lot of noise. I've never had a cat that made as much noise as her. But alright, end of that round. Refill the lineup. Cloud on the new active hurdle. And turn 1 of this round. So, we gain a +2 move token. We gain a sugar cube. So, what do we need? Blue to defeat this hurdle, so gain a blue sugar cube. We may remove 1 card in their hand or discard pile from the game, so let's get rid of one of those starter cards. It doesn't really help me as much as it should. And then, because I've got Trixie and Gilda in this hand, that means I add 2 more clouds. So 1 cloud means that maxes out the active hurdle. and 1 cloud onto the final challenge. So we're at 4 clouds on the final challenge. But we have 1, 2, 3 help energy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knowledge energy, and 2 move energy. So 5 knowledge energy. Let's go ahead and take Dr. Hooves. I'm going to discard this card also because it's purely for Twilight Sparkle and does no good here. Replace it with something else. So 5, well, that's not 5 knowledge, that's 5 help. I don't know where I came up with 5 knowledge there. So instead I'll use the 3 help energy that I have to gain DJ Palm 3. So you may drop some beats to have target player draw 1 card. Spoiler alert, the target player for any of those actions is going to be me. Somehow I got my discard and draw piles mixed up, so we're going to reshuffle and just turn everything back into a draw pile. Going with his fan name and not Time Turner? Is that what DJ Palm 3 is known as in current pony lore? Alright, so I still have the 5 knowledge energy. But nothing to spend it on. Nothing in my lineup requires that much knowledge energy. So, well, I will use the 2 move energy I have to go back to the town square, which requires 1 move. And then there's a task in the town square that says pay 2 knowledge energy to remove 1 card in your discard pile that I just shuffled back in. Well, I messed myself up that turn. So, anyway. Anybody remember if that was turn 1 or 2 from that round? I think it was just turn 1, right? I'm going to say it was turn 1. Yeah, let's say turn 1 from that round. So we'll go ahead and do the second turn. I haven't actually seen any derpy cards yet, 10. So I don't know our lane. So I don't... No, I guess it was 10. Yeah, sorry. I haven't seen a derpy card yet, so I don't even know if there are any in the game. But gain a +2 help token. They discard 1 card to draw 1 card, so I'll discard one of the starters to draw a new card, which of course gives me knowledge energy. So I have 3 knowledge energy, 3 move energy, and 1 help energy. So I'll pay 2 knowledge energy to do the task on the town square that allows me to remove 1 card from my discard deck from the game. To get rid of that. Then we have 1 knowledge, 2 move, 3 move, and 1 help. Guess we'll spend 3 move to gain a card that acts as a green sugar cube. And that 1 help is just going to go to waste because don't really have anything else we can spend on it. So, restock, end of the round. We're up to 5 clouds on the final challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn 1 of this round. May move to any location, gain 1 +2 move token, gain 1 +2 help token. Oh, you know what I keep forgetting? The tokens also, on the back, they're wild. So you can get +2 of the energy that it represents on the front, or you can flip it over and get +1 of any energy. So I could have been using that, but I don't know how much it would have helped as we've gone along. But yeah, that's another component of the game that I was completely ignoring. So, gained those 2 tokens, you may return 1 sugar cube to the supply to remove 1 cloud from the active hurdle or final challenge. So I'll return 1 pink sugar cube to remove a cloud from the final challenge. And then we have, well, we didn't use your starting side character ability this turn, so Big Mac doesn't give me his bonus. So that means we have 2 move energy, 1 help energy, and 1 knowledge energy. But I think I will use 1 move energy and return a green sugar cube to complete a task on the town square that allows me to draw a different sugar cube. So I'll draw a blue one, because I'm going to need 6 blue sugar cubes to be able to clear off that current active hurdle. So that leaves me with essentially nothing. 1 help energy and 1 knowledge energy. Oh, I lie. That is something, because we can go ahead and spend 3 of our +2 help energy tokens and the 1 help energy that I have in play and buy Princess Luna. She's another one of those double-edged swords. It does add 1 cloud when she's in play, but she gives a lot of energy, so I think she's probably worth it. Oh, and if you're wondering what these little symbols up in the corner are, if we were playing with situations in the draw deck, they would come into play during rounds, but we're not, so they don't really do much right now. And that's about all I could do this turn. So refill the library and take the second turn for this round. Hopefully we're getting close to getting that hurdle off. Let's see, we may gain 1 card to draw 1 card, or discard a card to draw a card. So I'll discard that starter and draw... Oh. Hey, that's... so close. I have 2 of the Rainbow Dash cards that act as blue sugar cubes. And I have 3 sugar cubes in my hand, so that would have only made me a single sugar cube short of being able to clear that hurdle this turn. But not really much I can do about that. So instead I have 2 help energy, 2 move energy, 1 knowledge energy, and I gain a +2 knowledge token. So I have 6 knowledge, but in this game, unfortunately, knowledge does not seem to be power. And everything on the lineup right now is help energy except for 1 card that is move energy. So I guess I could spend 1 token for move energy and at least buy a single card off the lineup. End of the round. Add a cloud. We are up to 5 clouds on the final challenge. Draw a new hand. We have, well, not a whole lot that's very impressive. We have 1 pink sugar cube, 1 green sugar cube, +1 move for each ally we control, which is none. So 3 help energy and 2 knowledge energy. I guess all we can really do there is spend the 3 help energy, and I'll get this Punching Clouds card. May return 1 sugar cube to the supply to remove a cloud from the active hurdle or final challenge. And that's really all I have the energy for. So refill the lineup, take the second turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this time we may drop some beats to have target player draw 1 card, so I will draw a card for me. So 2, 4, 6, 7 help energy, 1, 2 move energy, and 4 knowledge energy. So I will go ahead and spend my help energy on Applejack. As an artifact, this card remains in play, so it's a persistent card, which when I finally draw it and get to play it, increases my hand size from 5 to 6, so that will hopefully be somewhat useful. And then, again, I have knowledge, but nothing to spend the knowledge on. So that's all I can really do there. Which means end of that round puts us up to freaking 6 clouds on the final challenge. And the final challenge, of course, requires blue sugar cubes. So I'm going to have to spend 6 sugar cubes just to beat the current active hurdle. But then I have to collect more sugar cubes to beat the final challenge. So we'll see how that goes. But beginning of a new round, turn 1, let's shuffle up the draw deck. Alright, so we got a +2 knowledge token. How useful. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 help energy. We get a free card of cost 3 or less from the lineup, which there's really only 1 there. So 4 help energy, 1 knowledge energy. For the 4 help, we will go ahead and purchase this. Who is that? Fluttershy? I don't know what pony that is. But yeah, gives the ability to gain a +2 help token. And 1 knowledge gives us nothing. So, done with that first turn. Refill the lineup. On to the second turn. We gain a +2 knowledge token. Alright, may discard a card to draw 1 card, so I'll discard this, draw this, which is DJ Pawn 3, so allows me to draw another card, which gives me a total of, and return 1 sugar cube to supply to remove 1 cloud from, okay, well, let's return a green sugar cube and remove a cloud from the final challenge. And now we have 2, 3, 4, 5 move energy, 3 help energy, and 3 knowledge energy, which everything in the lineup requires help energy right now. So, oh, Apple Bloom. Okay. I recognized her from the show, but could not pull her name at all. So, but everything in the lineup requires help energy, and the cheapest any of them are is 4. So I can't do anything with any of that energy. I will use the energy that I do have, one of each, to flip Pinkie Pie back to the ready so that I can use her ability again. And was that turn 2 that round? I think it was turn 2. So, end of turn, add a cloud, go into turn 1 of the next round. And I'm getting the worst draws, so it's really kind of stalled me out. Let's see what comes up this time around. Oh, hey. I get that artifact that gets put into play so I can start using it to draw 6 cards from now on. I can discard a card to draw a new one. May move to any location, which really doesn't matter, but I'll use that to move here. And then I can pay 4 knowledge to gain a sugar cube of every color I don't have, so at least I'll get a green sugar cube out of it. And then I have 2 help energy, 1 knowledge energy, and 2 move energy. Again, with a lineup that has nothing but help energy cards. Yeah, no doubt, 10. Par for the course when I'm playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hope this second turn does something that... Oh, wait, 6, because Applejack's artifact is in play now, so maybe this turn will work out in my favor. May return a sugar cube to remove a cloud. There's a +2 help token, a +2 move token, 2 move energy, 2 knowledge energy. So, not a whole lot. So I'll spend that green sugar cube I just got to remove another cloud. Again, if I had 1 more blue sugar cube, a snake with 6 eyes, I don't know, I give up. Better be a good payoff, Slinky. I was 1 sugar cube away that turn from... Oh. That's alright. I won't hold it against you. I will hold against this game that it's giving me nothing I need to do anything with. So, end of that turn, another cloud into the next round. Please be something worthwhile. Okay. Gain 1 sugar cube of a color you have none of. Alright, a green sugar cube. Target player gains 1 sugar cube, so I'll take a blue one. Each player may remove a card in their discard pile. So we'll get rid of another one of those worthless starters that keep bogging me down. Not that one, because it actually has help energy on it. Let's get rid of one of the ones that has some different kind of energy. Which, of course, don't have any of those. Let's get rid of one of these spike ones that adds knowledge energy. Alright. So +1 move for each ally I control. So that's 2 move, 3, 4 move, 4 move energy. Oh, and I have to place 2 clouds because, well, Gilda and Trixie both came up, which puts it at 8 clouds on the final challenge. So, at the end of my turn, discard all cards in the adventure row with knowledge or move costs. Joke's on the final boss because, well, hey, nothing in that row has knowledge or move cost on it. So 2, 3, 5 help energy. So I'll at least buy this card. So Pinkie Pie gets a pet. So Gummy allows me to flip to the starting side if I use Pinkie Pie's starting ability. And then I have 1, 2 move energy and 5 knowledge energy. Again, they allow me to do absolutely nothing. So, turn over. Refill. Again, help energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forgot I'm drawing 6 now. Alright, so 2 cards that don't help me at all. 3 help energy and 4 knowledge energy. So the 3 help energy, not a whole lot that I can do with it, but we can use a help energy token and buy Sweetie Belle, who is another Cutie Mark Crusader, and gives me a knowledge token. Never mind, I don't want that card. Let's get another Dr. Hooves instead. At least that gives me something I can use. And that's it. I really can't do... Oh no. Oh no. I think I just lost. I can't do anything else this turn. And let me check the loss criteria, but I'm relatively certain that if I have to play a cloud, but everything is already maxed for clouds, then I lose. How do you lose at My Little Pony? Easy, you be me when you play. Because, yeah, that's, I'm really disappointed in this rule book. Every time it talks about main phase, it still uses M-A-I-N instead of M-A-N-E. All hurdles and final challenges have a cloud limit. The listed inside the gray cloud in the upper left. If the number of clouds on a hurdle ever equals or exceeds the cloud limit, resolve the setback text on the card immediately. Just because you suffered a setback does not mean the hurdle goes away. If the clouds and blah blah blah. Final challenges. If there are... The cloud effects are active even... You'll be adding clouds, the final challenge at the end of each player's turn. That doesn't sound fair. So... I thought I read that clouds were a fail criteria, but I honestly don't see it. Okay, well, maybe I was wrong. I assure you all it would not be the first time. Yeah, I don't see it. But to be fair, I don't see any lost conditions, and I know I saw them when I was reading through it the first time. So that's weird. If that cloud causes the hurdle to reach its cloud limit, resolve its setback. If the hurdle is already at its limit and there are no hurdles, place the cloud on the final challenge. If you overcome a hurdle during your turn, no card. Discard all your cards. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Weird. Well, maybe this game just keeps going until you win. That would be very pony-like, but not very game-like. No, I can't find it. And I know that I read it initially. So somewhere in there, there is a loss condition, but I do not find it at all at this point. So yeah, I distinctly remember immediately lose. But nope, can't find it anymore, so guess we'll keep playing. Although I was dropping the ball on that setback condition. I thought it was if I couldn't be able to meet the criteria to overcome a hurdle, that the setback would come into play. But the setback actually comes into play when it hits the cloud limit. So, oh, there it is. Hey, look, I found it. Look at the setback on this one. So I was right. Game over, and not in my favor. So yep, I lost at My Little Pony. Oh well, it was fun losing at least, so there is that. Can't say that I didn't have a good time. I like the play mechanics behind it. I wish that there was more balance in the resource expenditure, because that knowledge resource that I just kept gaining more and more of, but never found a reason or purpose for spending it, it just was a waste of effort in the game, you know? So, not a fan of that. Other than that, a slight balancing issue. Let's look through here and see. There are a handful of cards that have a knowledge cost, but very few comparatively. Most all of the cards in this draw deck, or the majority of them, they have a help energy cost. So I don't know what the expenditure of the knowledge energy would be for. There are some location cards that have knowledge costs on tasks. So that's the only downside that I really have a complaint about for this game. And the rest of it, the gameplay itself, mechanically, I enjoyed it. I was thinking that energy would be a hard resource to come by with so many different types, but with the tokens and everything, it really worked out to be not too bad and fairly manageable. So yeah, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. I don't have any more or fewer complaints about it than I do any of the other Renegade deck builders. So giving it a pretty similar score to what I'd give the G.I. Joe deck builder is reasonable to me. But before we call it a night, let's take a look real quick and see if either of the two expansions have any derpy. You don't get a vote, Mel. Not for score. I mean, you can give it an observational score. I guess I can't prohibit anyone from that, right? But like I said, I didn't see a derpy, so we'll see if she actually is in here at all. Joe, Maud Pie, Blaze, Soren, Spitfire. Oh, a lot of the, what's the racing team that Rainbow Dash likes or was a member of? I don't remember. Princess Celestia. Oh, Wonderbolts, right? They were the Wonderbolts. There's a Rainbow Dash newbie Wonderbolt card in here. Pee-wee. That's a pretty Thunderbolt heavy deck, or not deck, but expansion. A lot of new locations in there, a lot of new ponies, and then the 4 new characters that are playable in this expansion are Discord, Spike, Starlight Glimmer, and Trixie as playables in this one, which is kind of cool. But no derpy. I didn't see her in any of the ally cards in the deck, so need to check the other one real quick, see if there's a derpy, and I'll probably assume that there's not. But let's see, allies in this second expansion include Diamond Tiara, Twist, Babseed, Cheerilee, Bulk Biceps, Silver Spoon, Pipsqueak, Discord, Gabby, Apple Bloom, Shining Armor, and Princess Cadence. So nope, no derpy there either. So yeah, I remember, when my kids liked ponies, derpy was actually pretty easy to find. They put her on a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty sure that became non-PC, right? And then in this expansion, the playable characters are Scootaloo, Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Lacora. So, handful of Crusaders to be playable as in that expansion. And then, just to see on Renegade's site what other expansions are available, because I think there are actually a couple more here for the ponies. Let me go ahead and there's a lot of expansions for the pony role-playing game. Anybody ever want to do a little pony role play? That just doesn't sound great, but they've got it. They also have the current license for Vampire the Masquerade, so. Oh yeah, oh, just what we need. Hold on. You guys need to see this. So, let me throw this up here real quick. But everybody's going to want to see this game. It is a My Little Pony Transformers deck builder crossover. Collision Course, Adventures in Equestria. There you go. That's definitely one I need to put on my wish list. So yeah, there's that expansion still out there that I haven't gotten yet, and Scholarly Shenanigans. Hey, I bet that uses more of the knowledge energy. And Princess Pageantry. So there's several expansions still for this game out there. I don't know. Transformers might be fun as a crossover with ponies. You never know. I mean, you can probably guess, but you never know. So yeah, that's some stuff that's out there and available. So who knows? At some point in the future, maybe we'll see a Transformers Ponies crossover. We'll have to play the Transformers deck builder first, though, just to make sure. But otherwise, that's about it for tonight. As usual, any questions about the game? Any additional information you're looking for? Let me know. You all know how to get a hold of me. And if not, then we'll see what Tuesday brings. I'm not sure what we're going to be playing yet, but I'll find something. And we'll give it a go on Tuesday night. And then next Saturday, have a couple of possibilities in the pipeline. So, yeah, we'll see what next weekend brings as well. I did also get one new game that, because as we all know, I am miniatures obsessed. This one is a 3D miniatures game that I picked up at consignment at my local game shop. And you can probably tell by the size of the box that there is a lot of miniature goodness to be had in this one. And to give you all a look at the 3D nature of the miniatures here, it's got buildable topography and a lot of interesting design. So some of those miniatures are just pretty bad looking, bad in a good way. So that one might be coming up at some point, and yeah, we'll have to see. Some of the other games that I've been considering, one of them had a 45-page instruction book, so that one might have a little bit of a learning curve before I'm comfortable doing it on stream. But We'll get there. Oh, wait. Is anybody a horror movie fan out there? Lane is. Lane, I know you like horror movies, right? I picked this one up the other day, too. So if anybody's interested in a little horror movie gaming, this one has a 60-minute playtime. So maybe we'll try this one on Tuesday. Little John Carpenter action. So yeah, come back Tuesday and we will do a playthrough and see if we can figure out who's a human and who's not. Yeah, we can think of winter. Be nice to cool down a little bit. It was 95 here today, and so that one on Tuesday. And honestly, I think I want to play this one next Saturday because it's been a while since I've gotten to play anything Borderlands. But next Saturday, we'll see how we fare in Mr. Torque's arena of badassery. So that'll be the lineup for this week. Hope everybody looks forward to it, and I will see you all hopefully on Tuesday. Thanks for watching tonight, everyone, and have a good week.